Assalamu alaikum, all my dear viewers. As you all know that on our channel, our Quran Samjhe, we are trying to understand the various verses from the second chapter of the Holy Quran, that is Surah BAQARA. And in our previous video, we have tried to understand the verse number 128, 129, 130 and 131 from the second chapter of the Holy Quran, that is Surah BAQARA. And in those verses, the key lessons which we learned from them are: number one, always make dua for yourself and your children. Number two, the mission of the Prophet includes teaching and purification. Then number three, the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam is the pure path of Tawheed. Then number four, true Islam means complete submission to Allah. And number five, success lies in obedience and sincerity. So if you have not subscribed to the channel up till now, so subscribe the channel so that you can get more such videos easily. Now today in this video we have to see the next verses, that is verse number 132, 133 and 134 from Surah BAQARA. And we have to try to understand the meaning and the message given in those verses. So first of all we will see the English translation of verse number 132. And Ibrahim instructed his sons, and so did Yaqub alayhi salam, saying, O my sons, indeed Allah has chosen for you this religion, so do not die except while you are in submission as Muslims. Now let us see the explanation of this verse. In this verse, Ibrahim and Yaqub alayhi salam gave an important instruction. Number one, they advised their children to remain firm on Islam. And number two, they emphasized staying on faith until death. Now the key lesson which we get from this verse: number one, parents must guide their children in religion. And number two, the greatest success is to die with faith. Now the hadith related to this verse number 132, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, actions are judged by their endings. This hadith has been referred in Sahih al-Bukhari. Now how can we connect this verse with today's world? This verse teaches, number one, religious upbringing of children is essential. Number two, worldly education alone is not enough. And number three, success is dying with faith. Now let us see the next verse, that is verse number 133. Its English translation is as follows: or were you witnesses when death approached Yaqub alayhi salam, when he said to his sons, what will you worship after me? They said, we will worship your God and the God of your fathers, that is Ibrahim, Ismail and Ishaq alayhimus salam, one God, and to him we submit. Now the explanation of this verse describes the final moments of Yaqub alayhi salam. Number one, he asked his children about their faith, and number two, they affirmed their belief in one God, that is Tawheed. This shows, number one, prophets were concerned about their children's faith, and number two, Tawheed is the most important belief. Now the prophetic example: at the time of his death, Yaqub alayhi salam, number one, did not ask about wealth or worldly matters. Number two, focused only on faith and worship. Now how can we connect this verse number 133 with today's world? This verse teaches, number one, we should prioritize our hereafter. Number two, care about our children's faith. And number three, hold firmly to Tawheed. Now let us see the next last verse of today's video, that is verse number 134. Its English translation is as follows: that was a nation that has passed away, For them is what they earn, and for you is what you earn, and you will not be questioned about what they used to do. Now the explanation of this verse. This verse teaches a powerful principle. Number one, every person is responsible for their own deeds. And number two, no one will carry the burden of others. So the key lesson which we learn from this verse is lineage is not enough, and number two, actions determine success. Now the hadith related to this verse number 134, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, whoever is slowed down by his deeds will not be hastened forward by his lineage. Means the meaning of this verse is that if any person is the descendant of any prophet also, or if he is the father of any prophet, or if he is the son of any prophet, or if any woman is the wife of any prophet, but if that person dies if that person has set the partners with the Allah, and if that person has not believed in one God, so then though that person is the father of any prophet or son of any prophet or wife of any prophet, but he will go in the hell and he will not be successful in the life hereafter. Like if we see in the holy book Quran Majid, we get the example of Ibrahim alayhi salam's father. Though Ibrahim alayhi salam's status, we know, rank and position is very high, but his father did not believe in one God, so he will not be spared in the life hereafter, because he is the father of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Or if we see Noah alayhi salam, Prophet Noah, so his son was not spared by the Almighty. When Allah ordered Noah alayhi salam to make the boat and take the believers in that, and his son was drowned in the water because he did not believe in one God, and he died not as a believer, means he died as a disbeliever. And also we can see in the holy book the example of Lut alayhi salam. Prophet Lut was a believer, but his wife died as a disbeliever. So this teaches us that whatever deed the person has done, so only his deeds will save him, and he will not be saved because of the deeds of his father or son or husband or wife. And if he has done the good deeds, so he will get the reward of that, and if he has done the sins, so he has to bear the punishment of that. Now how can we connect this verse with today's world? Today many people depend on, number one, family background, number two, status or identity. But this verse teaches true success depends on personal actions, and number two, everyone is individually accountable. Now the key lessons which we learn from this verse number 132 to 134 is that, number one, parents must guide their children in faith. Number two, the greatest success is to die as a believer. Number three, Tawheed, belief in one God, is the most important foundation. Number four, every person is responsible for their own deeds. And number five, lineage or background cannot replace righteous actions. So these are the some things which we learn from these three verses. Now the next verses we will see in the next video, that is verse number 135, 136, 137. So today we will stop here. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.